Hey guys, this is the Ninja Knight. If you like what I do, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Uh, we have a video today from Bounding into Comics, and it's about the rumor that Ben Affleck is still back as Batman for HBO Max despite new claims. So there's a couple of new claims that we'll get to in this article about Ben Affleck's Batman returning, if he will or if he won't. So pretty reliable scooper shattered our hopes last week when he shot down the rumor Ben Affleck would suit up on HBO Max to finish his arc as Batman. I want to see this. I want to see him finish it up. I really do. However, the writer who pushed the initial story is standing by his claims. Tyler Murphy at The Cultured Nerd wrote recently that Affleck signed the contract and will be back to adapt his script for the Max. So for anyone who doesn't know, Ben Affleck wrote a script for his Batman movie that was allegedly supposed to include Deathstroke. It was also allegedly supposed to follow something similar to Arkham Asylum, that we were going to encounter multiple villains, which I think is a fantastic idea. And what it would have done, in my opinion, was it would have opened up us being able to see different interpretations of his villains, and I think whichever ones were most popular they could have found out and they could have stuck with that and focused on the story with them. So for example, I would love to see Mr. Freeze. I think Mr. Freeze against this Batman would be absolutely fantastic. I'd love to see James Spader play Mr. Freeze. Most people will know James Spader as the voice of Ultron from the Avengers Age of Ultron movie. I just think Spader has the range and I think he could do it serious justice. I think between him and Affleck, it could actually, in my opinion, I think it could be Oscar worthy between the two of them. I think it could be an absolutely incredible movie. Um, we'll go on and see here though that Heroic Hollywood's Umberto Gonzalez says that as much as he personally would want to see this, unfortunately it's not true either. DC debunk report. I don't like that hashtag. I mean, he's debunking something that people want to see. You've seen a lot of it in the last year or two with the Snyder Cut. A lot of these news outlets and blue check marks and all saying that the Snyder Cut never existed. Well, what do you know, lads? It's actually coming. So it's coming on HBO Max, and I'm delighted to see that it's going to appear. Really am. I'm delighted for Zack Snyder and everybody involved. But Murphy appeared on the Lightcast podcast, sticking to his guns. So this is the guy who originally broke this news and defended his claims and the legitimacy of his sources, whom he says are members of his family that work at Warner Brothers. I mean, it doesn't get more close than that, really. Murphy shared leaked images he received from them to back up what he says. They're of the black Superman suit, so for anyone that doesn't know, that's a very iconic suit from the death of Superman. And that was something that Zack Snyder had actually shot for his Snyder Cut, but that Joss Whedon tossed out. Really not a good idea. The Shazam family Pokemon movie designs, I absolutely loved Pokemon. I thought Ryan Reynolds and Justice Smith were absolutely brilliant, and it was great to see Justice Smith really shine in that movie because I'd seen him in the Jurassic movies. Didn't really like him too much in Fallen Kingdom, but I thought he was absolutely fantastic in Pokemon. Really, really liked him. And a picture of one of his family members at the DC offices. The Cultured Nerd logo covers the individual's face to redact their identity. Murphy believes the sources and claims he has multiples that he will double check with. They told him Affleck signed and that it happened. I'm absolutely ecstatic if this happens. I really am. Ben Affleck has reportedly signed a contract, and we talked about how we had a couple of other people, a couple of other sources who said, hey, it happened, he signed. And we're like, okay, cool, and we'll check with some more people. So they checked with a couple of Instagram accounts, and the Instagram accounts actually said that, yep, the conversation happened, and that they had actually talked to someone that was in special effects. So they asked him here, they said, hey, my special effects buddy just told me that Ben signed a new contract. What the F is he talking about? That's how the conversation started. He elaborated, he checked with a source. I'm like, dude, that is awesome, because I heard the same thing from like 3 other people over here. So there's starting to be collaborations here and corroborations between these reports. These people are reaching out to each other and they're talking about Affleck returning. So I started taking all these little confirmations, but eventually I would like, you know what, I'll just ask. I'll just go to my source. He added, I called him up and like, bam, and I just called them and they told me, they're like, sounds like you've already got your answer. What do you want me to tell you? So Murphy goes on to talk about how his family have worked at DC and they've worked at Warner Brothers in particular, and it's pretty interesting stuff. So Murphy previously stated that Affleck's comeback on Lightcast that the actor signed the contract. The announcement will come before September at either DC Fandom or Justice Con, and Snyderverse Batman is returning. So Zack Snyder on Vero has actually liked these articles that are saying that Batman is going to return in the form of Ben Affleck, and I'm very, very excited to see this happen. Personally, for me, he's my favourite Batman, my live action Batman. He just encompasses everything that Batman is. You can see in Batman vs Superman that Bruce Wayne is the character he's playing. Batman is not the mask. Bruce Wayne is the mask. This is what most people don't understand, is that when Diana, Kal-El, and Bruce held the lasso of truth in a comic, Diana said she was daughter of Hippolyta. She was from Themyscira. Her name is Diana. You had Superman, who says his name is Clark Kent. He's Kal-El of Krypton. And Batman holding the rope says that he's Batman. I mean, that is who he is. Bruce Wayne is the character he's playing. You've seen it in the scene where he pretended to have too much alcohol and he liked Mercy Graves' shoes. That's Batman acting. He's not Bruce Wayne. Like he is full on Batman. That's who he is. And it's something that I really liked about Ben Affleck's portrayal. I think he really got it. And I think what people really need to remember as well about Ben Affleck is that Ben Affleck actually had built a Batcave in his own home. This guy is really, really into it. He also, when he played Daredevil, he announced that he said, this is probably the closest that I'm ever going to get to play Batman. Like, he's a super Batman fan, and I really want to see it work out for him. And it's the same for Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill envisages himself as Superman. He wants to be Superman. He wants to be seen as Superman. So he's always on that frame of mind that if a kid sees him, that he's Superman to them. And I think he's absolutely wonderful in the role, along with Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. I can't personally picture anybody else as Wonder Woman. This is an interesting report, and to be honest, I hope it's something that it hasn't been debunked, and I hope that they do announce that Ben Affleck is going to come back as Batman. I'd like to see what Ben has in mind for his rogues gallery, because he has some serious individuals that you could bring in. Ben is very highly respected within Hollywood. He's very highly respected as a filmmaker, so I'd love to see what he does going forward. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.